may possibly apply to you. And now that we have connected our data, of course, you know now that anytime you update your model, you should make migrations. After you have make migration, you should then migrate so that you can commit the changes to your database. And that is what we are going to be doing. And after which we will be going to our admin interface to update our model, update our data. That means we are going to be adding record to the new database table that we default value, but you should know that this thing is actually referencing a particular element. It is referencing a particular element, so there's no how we get a foreign key of an element that does not exist. And if I don't commit this to my database, I will not be able to update it or manipulate it. So what I'll just do is, of course, there are instances where that's why when you are building, you should have test well before you push to production. So there are instances when you are testing or developing. These are a typical instance of you having to delete your database and run the migration so that the database record will start afresh. So because now I need to create a mentor before I can add a foreign key, and without this I will not be able to create a mentor, talk less of adding it as a foreign key. So what I'll just do is I'll enter my python manage.py and I'll enter the shell, and entering the shell now I will then say import from student management import student. So what's the error? Okay, sorry, it should be from student management dot models. I should import students. And now that I have the student imported, I'll just say student dot object dot all. I'll just say dot delete. So that will delete all the 3 records that I currently have inside the student table. So now that I have deleted the record, I can then exit my shell, clean this. Now that I've cleaned it, I will then run my migration again. Let me just press the up arrow and make migration. Okay. Just say 1. Just say the default should be 1. Just say the default should be 1. Now, if I go ahead now that I've make my migration, I can just come here and confirm the migration that I've created. I can come here and confirm the migration that I've created and be sure that this is what I want, mentor number, last name, and so on and so forth. So, and I also have the feed addition to the student. I also have the add the feed to the student, which is the mentor with the foreign key, and on delete is Cascade. So now that I've made my migration, I will then go ahead to migrate. I'll go ahead to migrate. Now I've been able to migrate. So what I'll do now is I'll start my application so that I can go to the admin server, admin interface, python manage.py, and I run the server. So it should be managed. So I control click on this. So in here I'll just go to the admin. Now you see that I've created my mentor table, but in here I don't have any mentor. I don't have any record of mentor existing. So what I will just do now is that I will come to my admin file, which is under student management application, and I'll then import the mentor module that I created and I will register it. So I'll just duplicate this line by pressing shift down arrow. So I'll just go with the default of mentor. Just go with the default of mentor. I have that saved already. Come in here and refresh. Now that you see that I've added my mentor, so I'll come in here, add a mentor. Say the first name is now save. So now I can see now that I've added a mentor, but you see that the name is not descriptive enough. So what I will just do is come in here. Let me stop the autosave. Come in here and give a function definition of string. And just go the add the and I'll return a formatted string of self dot first name together with the self dot last name. So I'm going to be having a unique interface. So if I come in here, of course I might need to run the migration again. Of course, no need to run migration. You can see now that I have a descriptive name for the model, which is the first name together with the last name, and I can decide to edit it. You can decide to edit it and save it, which is the update, so you can see how easy it can be. So now let me now add another student. Since I've deleted all the students, let me add another student and go. I'll just go I'll just have an extension fake filler. So it just automatically generates a response for me. I'll say the student is registered, the date join, I'll say it's today, and the mentor. You can see now that I can select only a mentor for a particular user. Let me go ahead to, of course, let me just save this. Now, if I go to my student management, I have my mentors. Now, let me add another mentor. I go the way of the fake filler just to generate some random inputs. I save now. Now you see that I have another mentor. Let me add another one. I go the way of the fake filler. I save the inputs. Now let me now come and add a student. Now come and add a student. Adding a student now. Let me just generate some random record. Fake filler. Now this fake filler is just used for if you're a front-end developer. It's very useful in the sense that it helps you to generate your record very fast. Like sometimes when you are testing your application, you want to be inputting some feeds, inputting text into the feed. So instead of it to be input a fake filler, will just help you to generate random records since you are testing. So I set this to today. So you can see now that I can only select a particular mentor for the user. So since it is a one-to-many relationship, so let me say I select this and I save. So that's an action. So now let's try to delete the particular mentor that is attached to a student. You can see this student is attached to MV sellers. So I will come in here and delete the MV sellers. So I will come here and delete. Yes, I am sure. Now let's check back and see if the student was actually deleted. You can see now because of the cascade delete, since you deleted the mentor reference in a particular student, it also deleted the student. That is the cascade in action. So now that is all about it. One to many relationship.